Hey everybody, Jen here, doing a live. Hopefully this goes through. Haven't been on in a little while. There's been a lot going on. I hope you're having a great Sunday. I know most of you are probably waiting for the Bills game if you're from around here. Our Bills game, I found out, it's not until 8 p.m. So I was like, oh, okay. And I hope all of you are having fun watching football games if you're into that, doing whatever you need on this Sunday afternoon. Yeah, 2:26 in the afternoon on Sunday. Next week is Christmas. Scary, right, guys? Ridiculously crazy that came up so fast. Just as far as I know, I remember last week was like Thanksgiving. So, all right. A couple people are on now. I'm going to get to it. I'm doing this video as an update about what's going on with my grandparents' health and my own health. So I know a lot of you wanted to keep updated with that, and now I've got a couple minutes, so I'm going to explain to you. Got some lists. Okay, first things first. Mom's been having a rough time. She's been having breathing issues, different things like that. We've all been having some issues, one way or not with that kind of stuff. It's been kind of hard. Gramps kind of been, getting better and then getting worse. It seems to get better with the better temperatures, and then it gets worse when it's colder, which, makes sense. So we went to the doctor for Gramp. I got them to say no more catheter void tests because it just doesn't make any sense. And putting him through all that just is not, it's not right. And so, sorry, my cat's on my lap. Oh, thank goodness. She's just all over me lately. So, we're having the nurse come to the house now every month for as long as available for her to change out his catheter instead of trying to get him over to the doctor's office, especially during winter in New York when we have like a ton of snow. And now that we don't, it's December, normally we have a lot more snow than we have now, but it could also be that it's going another month, so come January we might be dumped on. So it's not feasible for him at 95 necessarily to be able to try to get out of the car, get out there. He is better than Mom, but it's just kind of not worth it. So we're having the lady to come in and do that. And besides that, his pacemaker's working. He's doing pretty good. He was doing really good, and then now he's kind of a little, hey Amy, he's kind of a little out of it only because of all the developments with Mom's health and us getting a bunch of people in here, but I'll get into that in a minute. So, he's doing pretty good. All right, now, Mom is a lot more complicated. She has advised us that no matter what happens, she does not want to go in the hospital to get treated if she has an issue. Today's the 15th, 18th. On the 7th, she fell. Trying to go to and from the bathroom because she has this issue now where she's voiding all the time. And so she's embarrassed. And so when the aides are here, she wants to go to the bathroom real quick, and she fell. And she also was trying to sneeze because she's got this issue from, this is the second time she fell, was on the 2nd. The 7th, and the end of the week of Thanksgiving in November, she fell again. But that time when she fell, she kind of hurt her back a little bit, but she was okay. This recent time she fell, she's gotten this weird nasal thing where she keeps feeling like she needs to sneeze all the time. So she kind of turned around, felt like she needed to sneeze, couldn't grab herself or the walker to hold herself up, and fell down. I was up here, I heard the thunk thunk, went down, and then helped her. So since that, her breathing's kind of been complicated, more issues, and then that Sunday she had a breathing episode where she was all freaked out. I guess she felt like she was going to faint, and then she had me try to give her smelling salts, but then there was a whole big issue with that because the medicine that she had wasn't exactly the medicine for that, and she had just had her other treatment for a nebulizer, so she just wasn't doing very good. So the point was that she didn't want to go in the hospital no matter what, and we're like, okay, it's either one or the other. You either get hospice in here to help you, or you go in the hospital if you have an issue. And she does not want to go in the hospital at all. That was her wishes, and that's on her forms and all that. So we contacted hospice, and hospice came in this past Thursday, did an intake interview, and then she was granted hospice care. So now we're trying to get all that sorted out, because now, like, every day they were, like, crazy. So Friday they were supposed to come in, the nurse and the doctor were supposed to come in, and I was supposed to talk with them, because Mom doesn't exactly tell everybody. She's very prideful, so she doesn't tell everybody how, like, she has issues and things, because she was raised in that kind of a situation where, you know, you don't tell everybody all your business. Even if it's bad. So I had to, like, tell them that, you know, she won't tell you exactly what's going on. That's why I wrote it on the calendar. So when the aide was here, the aide had them look at the calendar when I wrote it on the calendar. I didn't even mean to write it on the calendar for that purpose, but it served its purpose. And so then I came home from work, because they came while I was at work, because she had an emergency and she had to go to a different client. So I had to go to work, so I wasn't there. So the aide, they jotted down notes, and so this is, she wanted something to help her sleep, so all of the medications are going through hospice now. They're gonna supposedly come in once a week now to maintain her situation and her symptoms. If she has really bad symptoms or something, she can either go to their treatment center, which I think is in the city somewhere, or she can stay at home and they can treat her here. The treatment center in the city is not like a hospital, they said, so it's better, but she doesn't have to go. And instead of the albuterol that she's been on, she's going to be on Duonebs, which I've never even heard of, 3 to 4 times a day for her wheeziness, and then melatonin at night to help her sleep, because if she's on any other stuff to help her sleep, it'll counter-react with the medicine she's on for all her other complications. She's supposed to start this other medicine every morning for inflammation, which I've never even heard of either. And then they're coming back on Friday, of course, another day when I'm going to be working. So we'll see how that works. And then luckily they want labs drawn to see where her blood levels are and things. And the cool thing about that is she doesn't have to go anywhere. So basically, they come into the house with the labs and they'll draw it at the house, which is awesome. And that takes a load off of me, and my older brother, who we've been constantly busy doing stuff and trying to maintain. And then she's, if she has another episode, hey John, if she has another episode of breathing like she did where she was freaking out and she thought she was going to faint, but side note, the reason why she was fainting, or she was thinking about she was fainting, because she was stubborn and she didn't decide to eat during the day because she didn't want what I wanted to fix her. And I went to meditation for like 3 hours and she didn't want it the next day. So, later that night, and so she kind of put herself in that situation. But if she does have an issue going forward with that, they're going to give her low-dose morphine for the pain in her lower back that's causing her issues at sleeping at night, and then for the episodes of shortness of breath. Hey Larry, hope you're feeling good too. So, hey Patty. So guys, this is just an update on Mom. We have hospice care coming in for Mom now. There's a whole list of things that she's going to be on. But they're going forward, and it was her view that she didn't want to go in the hospital, because, you know, nobody wants to go in the hospital. Come on now. And so it's hard for her because she can't really walk, and then any kind of exertion, like even going from the front couch to the bathroom in the back, is just so much for her. Being 91 or 90, I mean, it's a lot. So she's done a lot so far, and what actually I ended up doing is I also thought that her breathing issues were also, hey Patty, due to this house is a really old house, and the heating ducts and air ducts have not been cleaned. I left 3 years ago and I came back to live here in June, and they hadn't been cleaned since then. We have a filter that's been replaced, but the system is from 1998. And so it's really old school, and the filters that fit in there now don't actually fit. and you'd have to get a contractor coming in to do that. And we're like, okay, we're just going to manage the way we can, you know. So I had the aide actually go in and vacuum out some of the hot air vents and the cold air vents, the ones that you can actually pull out. And then the ones that were screwed into the wall, which were the newer versions, I can go in and do a little bit later. So that is mainly what I think was exasperating her breathing too. So now she's doing a lot better with that cleaned out. We might actually end up having somebody come in and actually do a full cleaning of the guts or the ventilation system, so that'll help too. But for right now, she's got that going for her, and she's just going to sleep right now because she just doesn't feel good. She's got this sinus thing. She's got a lot of stuff here in her throat that she feels like it's kind of like thick, and like I don't know. I mean, I don't think she's got a sinus infection, but she could. That's why they want to draw labs and do things like that. But for right now, we're just dealing with symptoms and symptom management for right now. And we're trying to make sure she doesn't want us to get a humidifier. So we're putting pans on top of the heaters so it kind of does a little humidifier thing. And then I got my diffusers that can be put on too, because they're a diffuser humidifier in and of themselves. So that works as well. But for right now, that's their health. I know going on to me, basically, I've been kind of fluctuating with being sick and not sick lately. A lot of it has to do with all the stress I'm under with all this stuff. A lot of it also has to do with I am now working at Sherwin-Williams and I'm out in the public with a compromised immune system. So I'm managing the best I can. I'm doing my supplements and things like that. But the interesting thing is, just this morning, I went and pushed myself. I was so exhausted. I didn't want to do anything. You know, you just like, oh, I don't want to do anything. I have to do my laundry because I need my shirts for work. So I was like, okay, I might as well just boil some eggs. You know, because I've always loved hard-boiled eggs. And with the way my stomach can't digest certain things, eating that helps. So I ended up boiling hard-boiled eggs finally after like 3 months of not even doing it because I was lazy and I just didn't feel like it. And I had a headache. For the last 3-4 days, I've had a really bad headache. And my doctor doesn't know why. She thought it maybe was period issues or something like that. Menstrual cycle. And I'm like, okay, that's really weird, but maybe so. I don't know. I figured it was just stress. Turns out when I went downstairs and boiled my eggs, I had one. I'm like, I'm just going to eat this egg because, you know, whatever, it's good. I need my protein. And sure as shit, guys, my headache went away. And I started having more energy. So apparently my body definitely needed the protein. And I've been eating food, you know, right along. I've been eating kind of chicken and things like that. But I don't have a solid 3 meals a day. When I go to work at 11, I have my Dunkin' donut or my Dunkin' croissant with egg and hash browns. And then I go to work and I have like a can of soup from Progresso. And then I come home and I'll have maybe like, I was having like a pasta side because it was easier and quicker, and that was screwing me over big time because of my gluten issues. But as you guys all know, being in a situation where you're go, sometimes you fall off the bandwagon. And now I'm understanding that was also causing my health problems, but the fact that if I had just boiled some eggs and got over my lethargicness and focus, I would have been able to be better off. So now I know this, and I ate a second egg, and right now, like this morning, I did not want to do any of these. I did not feel like doing a live. I just wasn't present. I just wanted to sleep all day, and I just had the headache, and I'm just like, whatever. I was dealing with my stress away, oil to calm me down, because I was super irritable, snapping at everybody, not in the holiday spirit at all. Overwhelmed with all the things going on and all the different changes that have to take place now, and kind of scared and, you know, concerned. And oddly, by eating that egg, it all just kind of fell into place. I feel okay. I'm able to manage the stresses now, and it's only been an hour since I had those 2 eggs. And now I have the energy to go and make another dinner. I have to do I'm basically having to do like gluten-free and things that are kind of white, leaving them out as much as I can. Now an egg white. Right now, holiday season, everything's going out in the freaking window anyways. I mean, I'm eating chocolate. Hey, Amy, I'm doing a bunch of other stuff I shouldn't be doing, but hey, it's the holiday season, right, guys? But it's very interesting to think about. Like, my body desperately needed that protein, and I was denying my body of it. Now, I thought I could get the same thing from eating just a regular meal or whatever, but apparently when I had that one hard-boiled egg, everything changed. My body was like latching onto that like it was treasure. So now I have to keep that back in the back of my mind. If I do go a couple days without having that, or if I go and get some more eggs and hard boil them, I have to do that, and that's what's going to keep me going. Because my body, the way it works personally, is it gravitates towards that protein, which gives me the energy and the wherewithal to continue going and not being lethargic, not being irritable, not snapping at people. Like Friday, I was insanely snapping at people, and I had a robocall. Now, normally robocalls don't bother me at all. And I'm just like, blah, 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 yeah, go away, and I hang up. Well, Friday I got to work, and I was just irritable as all get out. And I sat there, and I'm yelling at them on the phone going, get the fuck off the phone, and all this stuff. And my assistant manager and the girl, my coworker, they were sitting there going, they thought I lost my shit. And luckily no customer was in the store at the time, and I had just come into work. And they were all like, do you need to go home? And I'm like, no, I don't need to go home. I'm coming here to get away from not going home. But like, if I had, thought about it beforehand, and like, I didn't have time during the week to technically do it because Thursday we had everything with Mom trying to get the hospice going, and like every day basically this week except for this weekend I've been go, and I had to get back into my routine, which is not healthy, of doing the energy drinks and things like that, which is not good for my body. That's what gave me the heart palpitations in the first place, I'm pretty sure. So I do green tea as much as I can on the days that I work. And then on the weekends, I'm just so lethargic when I'm going. And then now I find out that eating that egg and having the protein is what gets me going. So I definitely need to stay on top of that. And it's very odd. I'm surprised. I was very, very surprised that actually was what it was. And if I look back far enough on my videos and things, it's the same thing. I've known it, but I've just been lazy, and I just didn't feel, like you don't feel like doing it when you're not present in the moment. You're just like, oh, something else I have to do, and I don't feel like doing it. And I'm like, oh. But I'm like, I was doing my laundry because I have to do it because I have to have clean shirts for work. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this. And I did, and I made half of my eggs because I had a bigger pan, so I did all of it together so I wouldn't have to do it multiple times. And then I was like, I ate the egg, and then all of a sudden it's just my brain fog and my pain just abated. And it's just like, and then I was like, okay, this is interesting. And I started feeling a little bit better. Then I started washing the dishes. Excuse me. I was washing the dishes. And then I'm like, and I had made some rice, a rice mix that I do for gluten-free. And I wasn't feeling it because brown rice is just not me. And I'm like, what am I going to do? So I'm like, oh, well, I'll just have another egg. And by the time I had the second hard-boiled egg, I was fine. Like I'm talking to you right now. I have my energy back up. I feel like I can go move furniture around again. It's like I've got like a whole bunch of Gatorades in my system, and it is beyond strange. So I'm just getting on here to say like update about everything, and the fact that me personally, I know a lot of protein. I need to get the protein going. So if you're feeling down in the dumps and things like that, just think about things like that. Like, are you getting enough protein? If you are, maybe it's something else that you need to get, that you need a supplement for. I don't know. Apparently my body craves protein in order to function and to be able to function in society without being like a crazy person. So, but anyways, I'm going to get off because I have another video to do about my unboxing my Young Living special gift that I got from Black Friday with the new oil in. So I'm going to do that for my Young Living family and friends. And I just wanted you guys to be updated with what's going on with Mom. So I don't know how that's going. We did, like I said, clean out the air vents, so I don't know going forward how it's going to be, but we are heading into really, really cold temperatures down into the teens, and she does worse with that. But we got a new oxygen machine in because hospice now gets through oxygen, and that's in there, and a couple other things coming forth with that stuff. And they also do want, Gramps' primary doctor wants him to get another x-ray every month, because he sleeps with mom, and if she's coughing, he's concerned that there might be something else and he could catch something, which is logical, but he also said that in their age, a lot of times pneumonia can be hidden as lung cancer, and it's very hard on certain things and to be able to hear that and see that, so they want to be precautious. I think that's the word. Cautious. I do. They want to be cautious, is what I'm saying. And preventative care. So I mixed them together. But anyway, yeah. All right. I will keep you guys updated. Like I said, Friday, Saturday or Sunday, I'll probably do another video about the updates of what's going on. Because the nurse is going to come Friday or whatever. And I'll be at work, so I won't have any idea until I come home at 7 p.m. So, yeah, that's what I got for you guys right now. Like I said, catch me over on YouTube. You can hit up my channel because I don't always know if I'm going to be okay on Facebook or if they're going to jail me again for speaking my truth or whatever. So definitely, if you want to know more about the history and what's going on with Mom and Gramp in about 6 months. I really don't know if they're going to... Gramp might live past 6 months, but Mom, I'm a little leery. If she does, it's just kind of... Especially if she doesn't want to go in the hospital for anything. So just catch me on my YouTube channel. I always upload these to my YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button and make sure that all notifications are listed so that you know when I'm uploading my videos, because a lot of people are getting off of Facebook because it's just a lot of negativity and a lot more drama than it's worth right now. I'm going to stay on as long as I can, unless Facebook decides that whatever I'm sharing is against community standards and puts me in Facebook jail, like they did before. Yeah. So, I will see you guys later. I hope you guys have a lovely Sunday, and enjoy whatever you're doing. If you're watching the football game, if you're out and about, if it's snowing, if you're making snowmen, wherever you are, if you're out shopping for Christmas, if you're getting everything all settled, if you're getting your tree up this weekend or whatever. Unfortunately, we're not doing that because it's just more of like a day with us, here. We're just, I'm just being grateful for any of the memories that I have with Mom and Graham lately. And I talked to Mom for a little bit downstairs. So, all right. I will talk to you guys later. Love, light, and blessings. Namaste. And I will catch you on the flip side. Catch me on my YouTube channel, Jennifer Lynn Hawley. All right. See you guys later. Bye.